Oh, hey, how's it going? I was just enjoying some cereal here with some delicious oat milk in it. And it's funny because I've been wanting to talk about the role of milk substitutes in coffee, and initially was going to do a video about several different kind of milk subs, but that very quickly turned into a video just about Oatly oat milk. And Oatly as a company, because they're just a crazy cool company who's doing all kinds of amazing, wonderful things. They're an incredible company. They started in Sweden. They were the first people to ever make oat milk back in the 1990s. And they are completely changing the expectation for how we source our goods and what we should expect from companies that are making the stuff that we are buying. They're hugely popular and widely used in local coffee. So everything about them ties in really perfectly with this magic of community-focused and purpose-driven coffee. You probably already know who they are, but hopefully you hear something about them today that you didn't already know. And if you have never tried oat milk, then I hope I can convince you to go do that. I actually reached out to Oatly to see if maybe someone there could answer a few questions that I had. And I didn't really expect to receive a response, but I did. I received a response from Chelsea. She is the internal communications and community lead here in the US. And she was so amazingly kind, took time out of her schedule to answer the questions that I had. So thank you, Chelsea. I'm gonna be talking about her responses some throughout the video here. So firstly, products here. All Oatly products are plant-based and completely free of GMOs, which is a good thing. On their website, there's a page that tells you all about the Oatly way. They have a great statement on there. It says, "We strive to produce the cleanest, most responsible products on the market and are continually looking for better ways to make our products even better." And they have a little link right there where you can click and send them suggestions if you have any. They offer several different oat milks, like a low fat, a full fat, an original, and they have a chocolate, you guys. A chocolate. Also, they have the Barista Blend here. They have frozen desserts in several different flavors. And they have oat gurt. No dairy, no nuts, no gluten. And here lately, I've been finding these. They're actually put out by Stumptown Coffee, who is also, they're an incredible roaster who's super committed to building relationships with their farmers. But apparently they've teamed up with Oatly to give us these. This one is a horchata and it is super delicious. I don't know what's going on here, but I really hope that Oatly and Stumptown keep pushing these out because they are fire. They're so convenient and easy. And these little cartons are made from recyclable and renewable materials. But one of my questions that I asked, I really wanted to know what specifically makes the Barista Blend more appropriate for your coffee than just say one of their regular oat milks. So I asked Chelsea, and here's your science lesson for the day, guys. I thought this was really awesome. First of all, the Barista Blend has a higher fat content. It has a 3% fat content. It also has a higher content of potassium phosphate. Did I say that right? Potassium phosphate. Potassium phosphate, simply put, and this is me paraphrasing Chelsea's answer, it's just simply two minerals, potassium and phosphorus, and it is essentially an acidity regulator. So when the oat milk is added to like a hot beverage like coffee or tea, something acidic, it helps prevent the oat milk from separating because you want that like rich, creamy texture in your coffee. Chelsea also explained that the full fat version of their regular oat milk is still really great in your coffee because it still contains a 2% fat content and still has some of the dipotassium phosphate in it. I thought it was funny that she mentioned that because when I run out of Barista Blend oat milk or when I can't find it in the store, I will often use this one in my coffee instead, and I have noticed like only the teeniest, tiniest, slightest little difference, and I really do still enjoy it just as much. So you can try this one in your coffee too, for sure. And I actually did a little experimenting with cooking this week. I made like a creamy mushroom and wild rice chowder. And then I also made a chickpea tikka masala. And instead of using heavy cream or half and half in those recipes, I used the full fat
oat milk, and it turned out like really amazing and awesome. I would highly recommend anybody try using this in their cooking to replace those heavier dairy products. You can use this really cool tool on Oatly's website. It's called the Oat Finder. You just put in your zip code and then it generates a map and also a list, and you can see the cafes who are using their Barista Blend. And you can also see grocery stores that are carrying their products. So super cool, and makes it really convenient for you to find the Oatly products that you're looking for. Okay, so don't get me wrong. First of all, I am definitely no expert in sustainability and sourcing. I still have so much to learn, so much progress to make as a person, as a consumer. And also, I know that there are a lot of really, really amazing companies out there doing really incredible things. Like, there's a lot of good happening. But I have to say, I've never seen anybody doing things quite like Oatly is doing, and to the extent that they are doing it. And what they're doing has definitely inspired me to be more aware and concerned with how I'm buying, what I'm buying, who I'm buying from. For Oatly, complete transparency in everything they do is part of their promise. And through their website, you can access their sustainability report. And there is so much in here regarding their dedication to environmental and social change. They have their overall corporate climate footprint. You can see their energy and water consumption. There's reports and graphs. You can see information about their waste, their supply chain, packaging, transportation, work culture, the farmers that they work with. You can see absolutely everything that they're doing at Oatly on here. So given the extent of their commitment and their honesty and their transparency, I really wanted to know, like, why is this level of honesty and integrity so important to Oatly? So I asked, and I'm just gonna read to you Chelsea's direct response to that question. Simply put, we think it is the right thing to do, and we don't see any other option if we hope to achieve our goals as a sustainability company, especially given the urgency of our collective global fight against climate change. We're a values-driven sustainability company at our core, and our mission is to bring about real, lasting societal change, specifically within our global food system. Today, the food and agriculture industry accounts for more than 25% of total global greenhouse gas emissions, and more than half of those emissions originate from animal-based foods. The way our global society is eating and drinking isn't sustainable in the long term, and it's directly contributing to climate change. And scientists agree that we must shift to a more plant-based diet for the sake of both the planet and our health. Those statistics are very alarming, and I know how hard it is to transition to plant-based. I still eat meat and I still eat dairy, but I think if more of us make small adjustments where we are able, it really is going to help to make a difference. I think that switching from cow's milk to oat milk is a really awesome place to start. Mainly because it really is just such an enjoyable beverage. You don't feel like you're sacrificing any of the flavor or the texture or what you want when you're using milk. So if you never tried oat milk, go get on the Oat Finder. I also wanted to mention how crazy fun Oatly's website is. They've created this Oatly department of distractions, and there's a bunch of games you can play and videos that you can watch and some really cool ideas to help entertain you when you're bored. I played Ring-a-Ding, and you just click to spin this old rotary phone dial, and it generates a random number for you. And you open up your contacts in your phone, and you start counting with the first contact, and you count down till you get to that random number that it generated, and then you are supposed to call that person. So it's just a random person from your contacts. It could be somebody that you haven't talked to in years. I got my dad, so I called my dad. Neither one of us are really phone people, but we actually had a really cool, really great conversation. So thanks, Dad, and thanks, Oatly. They also have Maria's Haiku Wall, and you can scroll through and read some really great haikus with some cool visuals. Probably my favorite part of Oatly's website is their Je ne sais quoi of the month. And this is where every month Oatly finds people from all over the world who are doing unbelievable things, and they donate a $1,000 grant to help in funding these causes. If you click on each je ne sais quoi, You read a more detailed story about these organizations and businesses and activists, and there are some really incredible personal stories on there. And these activists and entrepreneurs are of all different ages and all different nationalities and all different backgrounds, and everything from saving the bees to promoting neurodiversity in the arts. So it's a really great way to see some of the really cool things that are happening in the world, and it also speaks to Oatly's character as a company. So I wanted to conclude here with one last response from Chelsea. I'm going to read it directly. As we continue to grow and expand the impact of our plant-based mission to new markets around the world, we want to prove that green and sustainable companies that do good in the world can also do good for business and for investors. The more we can prove this through our business success, the more we can inspire other companies to aim for transparency and sustainability in everything they do. And the more we can inspire the business community to invest in green and sustainable ventures moving forward. We think all of these things are critically important to our own mission as a values-driven sustainability company. And it's our sustainability mission that guides everything we do.
I say Oatly for President 2020. So thanks to Oatly for just being like a really stellar company who's looking out for the greater good and what's best for everybody. That's such a cool thing. What they are proving to us is that we can and we should expect greatness from the companies that are trying to get us to buy their stuff. We're allowed to know that the money we're spending is doing good for our bodies, for our planet, and for our people. If Oatly can do it, everybody can do it. So I hope maybe you learned something that you didn't know about Oatly or that you didn't know about oat milk. And if you've never tried their oat milk, then I hope I convinced you that you should. So thanks for watching here today at the Coffee Creed. I hope you decide to come back and explore more about the greatness of the coffee world with me. I have so much that I want to learn and so much that I want to share. And I hope that you enjoy your coffee today. You should go do that. You should go enjoy your coffee. And don't forget to put oat milk in it, okay? All right, thanks again. See you next time.